Hello there guys, my name is Sean Sambrook and you're watching the Theme Park Worldwide YouTube channel. Yes, it's time for episode 21 of Theme Park Worldwide, the show. We've got all the latest worldwide theme park news coming up for you, including the latest on Hero at Flamingo Land and how that's opened, with a soft opening the other week. And we're also going to be going over and finding out the latest from Disneyland Paris, some very exciting news on a bit of a takeover, a bit of a restructuring of the park, some more news from Alton Towers Resorts and their Christmas event, and much more, including Merch Paradise, Magic Moments and your shout-outs. It's going to be absolutely great. Let's kick straight in, and it's time to cue those titles. So yes, once again, welcome to episode 21 of the show. Hope you really enjoyed our themed on location episode last week from Disneyland Paris and Park Asterix, and of course that awesome challenge from the Eiffel Tower. Hope you really enjoyed that. The feedback's been great and I'm really pleased that you are enjoying the episodes. Can't believe we've had 21 shows this year already. It's absolutely amazing. I'm sure we're going to be like hitting on 40 by the end of the year and the end of the series, which is absolutely fantastic. Really glad you guys are enjoying it. Now, as you can probably tell, my voice it's gone a little bit croggy, so you're going to have to bear with me throughout the show. You might notice the sections are a little bit smaller because of my voice and trying to cope with it. I'm not too sure what's happened, but I've come up with a bit of a theory. Every time I've been on Smiler more than like 2-3 times in a row, I have a bit of a croaky voice. Whether I've been marmalised too much, I've been marmalised about 80 times now, well 78 to be precise, so I don't know, it could be about that. But anyway, let's kick straight in, first off with our UK theme park news. So yes, straight to Flamingo Land Resort in Malton, North Yorkshire. Now, we've been following the ride Hero, which is the Zamperla Volair flying coaster, since last year now, since it was first announced. And there we go, construction. It only started sort of a few months ago, and bam, up it goes. Obviously, we could go back on the construction. The park removed the corkscrew roller coaster a couple of years ago, what they had in another location at the park. We thought we'd get a new ride there. Many rumours about Zamperla back then. However, they actually went and removed the classic Wild Mouse as well. Removed that and put in the new Volair flying coaster, leaving the corkscrew site still empty at the moment. So yes, they put that in, construction started earlier in the year, and bam, the track went up, trains tested, soft opening, and it opened just the other day, just in time for the main summer period. Now it's got a capacity of around 600 riders an hour. Now that's not been officially confirmed, but that's what their basics are for those type of rides. Obviously the Zamperla Volair. Obviously Zamperla, I'm sure you've all heard of them, Italian manufacturer. Volair is actually Italian for flight, or some terms of flying, which is an interesting fact, what I found on Google for you. But yeah, it's had mixed reviews. Obviously the rides, what Zamperla do, the Volairs, they're quite claustrophobic. And I've been on like an Enterprise down at Pleasure Island, where you actually sit back, because what you do, you actually sit in the seats like this, and then it comes down on your back, instead of like air where you sit down and you get your straight down, which is obviously the B&M flying coaster. Much different than that, but I look forward to riding it. I think it's going to be interesting. We'll be up there later in the year in September at Lightwater Valley as well, and Flamingo Land, so that'll be good. We'll do a show from there. We'll do my review on it and what I think, but I'm sure it's going to be a great little addition to the park. I did have quite a thing for the Wild Mouse, but we'll have to see how it goes. 600 people an hour, it's alright for Flamingo Land, but they are starting to become quite a popular park. As I do mention, they have some big investments down there at Flamingo Land. They're putting quite a few new coasters over the past few years, so we'll see how they go over there. If you guys have been or are going in the future, let me know by tweeting me at ThemeParkWW. There it is. I'd love to know your thoughts on Hero, the Zamperla Volair flying coaster at Flamingo Land Resort. Now I know it's only July, but this is when the parks start planning for their later events like Halloween and Christmas, and we'll have more details on Halloween in next week's show at the parks, and some bits of exclusive information what's going on across some of the worldwide theme parks for Halloween, including some of our own back home like Fright Night, Scarefest, OT Road Park with their Horror Nights, and obviously over to Halloween Horror Nights over in Universal. We'll have lots of information we'll put all together for you as we start to build up to Halloween. I know it's coming up to Halloween already, but not Halloween this time, but Christmas even further in advance. Alton Towers, they've released their Christmas offering. It's an event what's been expanding for a few years. However, this year they've actually dropped a few of the rides for the event. So what they've got open for this year, they've got the Sea Life Centre, Marauders Mayhem, Heave Ho, Ice Age, the 4D Experience. I'm sure they'll do the Christmas version of that as well. Frog Hopper, Wobble World, Driving School, Twirling Toadstool, and Festive Pottery Painting. Twirling Toadstool's a new addition there. They didn't have that before, so that'll be nice over winter. However, last year they did tend to open all the farm as well, and Charlie. But it'd be interesting to see what happens. Obviously, we do know that for 2014, the whole farm area at Alton Towers, Adventureland, is sort of becoming, it's being rethemed all around by the Screw-Nutty and stuff. So that's obviously why the area is shut, as work will begin like later in the year, we believe, on that. No details as of yet what that's going to be, but I'm sure it's going to be pretty awesome for the kids out there. But yeah, there's going to be lots of entertainment and stuff like that going on. Santa's Grotto as well. Again, that's normally in the farm, but we believe that'll be up in Cloud Cuckoo Land along with the other additions. However, the actual places for these haven't been confirmed yet. But that's sort of where the main things are going to be for Christmas this year. Obviously next year with the new family area down in the farm, we should see the Christmas event move back down to the other end, and also at that end as well, making it a bit more of a bigger event. Nice to see Alton expanding with that. But if you do want any details on the bed and breakfast options, go and check out altontowers.com. Christmas at the park is beautiful, especially when it snows and it's cold. Have a lovely walk around, it's so nice, and Alton at Christmas is probably one of my favourite times. I love it better than the summer. It's just nice to walk around, see all the towers with snow around and stuff, and I'm sure you guys would really enjoy that too. Now finally in our UK theme park news, it's over to Blackpool Pleasure Beach. Now the Big Dipper is actually going to be 90 years old in just a couple of weeks time in August. Big event going to be going on August the 23rd until 11 PM. There's going to be some rides open as well. Basically entry to the event is £10 for the birthday party and food package, and £18 when you want the ride access as well on selected rides. And they're going to be opening the Thriller-matic, of course the Big Dipper, the Grand Prix, Infusion, and of course the Wallace and Gromit Thriller-matic, which is going to be really nice, brand new ride. You can get that all for £18, a fair price, not really cheap but not too expensive either, just a nice fair price for that. Of course it's going to be open in the evening for you there, so that'll be nice until 11 PM after your standard park close. Plenty of rides on the Big Dipper, we'll try and get out there. We can't promise anything, but we should be doing live updates there if we do go, obviously. But yeah, the birthday party will be nice for the Big Dipper. Can't believe it's 90. Wonder what we'll do for the Big 100. You know, it'd be amazing to see. But yeah, 90. It's nice to see Pleasure Beach celebrating a British classic, British institution, the Big Dipper roller coaster, and it'd be really nice to just appreciate that one roller coaster. It says they promise a nice party atmosphere, so that'll be nice. But yeah, a bit of history on the Big Dipper. Opened in 1923. Wow, classic Pleasure Beach ride, and it was designed by American coaster designer John Miller. If you are planning on going to the event, let us know, and I'm sure we will see you there. So yes, next up is it's time for worldwide theme park news. Quite a bit of exciting stuff to report in the show this week, including some news from the Singapore Business Times. That's sort of a local website newspaper over in Singapore. Basically, representatives for the firm were in the main city and to view potential sites for setting up an attraction. Now, Merlin, they're expanding, and that's what they're reporting on, that Merlin are expanding their sort of offering into Singapore. Now, we believe that travel and stuff, tourism over there, it's really picking up, which is really nice to see. Of course, Merlin are going to want a piece of that. And so David Bridgeford, the strategy director for Merlin Entertainment, was quoted by that certain site there as saying the company was committed to investing in Singapore, and by a suitable site had not yet been found. Now, we would like to see them put in maybe a Madame Tussauds, Sea Life, a Legoland Discovery Centre. Some things like that would be really good if they really want to expand it. Merlin have got this thing like they have in London with their cluster, like the dungeons, the tower, the eye, and so obviously the Blackpool tower. It's just nice to get them all confused there, but it's nice to see them doing the little clusters. I do really like that, and of course it makes it better for big ticket sales and for putting on the separate ones, which is great. So yeah, they are planning on doing that. But recently, the Singapore Flyer, which is currently the world's largest observation wheel, and they actually went into receivership, the owners of that. So obviously that needs an owner now. I believe it's still operating at the moment. Well, the Singapore Flyer was placed back in May under receivership, May the 30th to be exact, 2013, so only a couple of months ago. And they're interested in looking at that for obviously the Singapore Eye. It's ready, it's a brand ready to go, that is. So whether they do it or not, we'll have to see. But I think Merlin would really like to snap that up. They're coming up to over 100 attractions now. So once they get to that 100 attractions mark, it's going to be really good for Merlin. And the second biggest company to Disney, and they keep getting bigger and bigger. Really good to see. We'll keep you up to date with all these sort of midway additions to Merlin as we get the news on them. Now, no wonder Mickey there is looking very excited. Well, I think so, he is on a mug anyway, here at the World of Theme Parks. But yes, some very exciting and interesting news from Disneyland Resort Paris. Of course, we were only there last week, but as soon as we got back, massive news come from the park, and that the Walt Disney Company has ceased all future investments to Disneyland Paris. Now, if you don't know how this works, obviously it's a Disney park. However, it's owned, sort of run by a separate company, Euro Disney SCA. They sort of manage the operations and the money side to it, and if they wanted to install a new ride, they had to go to a bank to get the money for that, because obviously Paris has always had problems at the Disney resort. But now they could actually go through the Walt Disney Company, which they've done with the recent investments in the past couple of years. And of course the Ratatouille dark ride's all been funded by them and stuff, which is great. But yes, that's been going since last September, and they've gained more sort of control over the resort. Now what's actually gone on is they've ceased all future investments in the Paris resort, which means two things really. It means they're going to put in a big master plan of themselves to increase revenue, increase sort of the gate figure, or two, they're going to stop investment for a few years, which obviously wouldn't be very good. Probably going to be the first option. I hope the first option anyway, because I love DLP, it's amazing. I'm sure you've been, and if you haven't, make sure you get out there. So this could go in two directions, as I said. Hopefully they're going to go for the first option. Now, everybody knows about the Walt Disney Studios park. It's 10 years old now, and it's a bit of a mess in the way it's laid out. Like, personally, I enjoy the park, but a lot of people do seem to see it as a bit of a mess the way it's laid out. Two main rides in the park. You got Tower of Terror, you got Rock and Roller. Now, apart from that, every other ride there's got quite a low dire throughput. And obviously, over at California Adventure, they actually completely changed the layout of the park, put in a big plan, and their gate figure is soaring now. Hey, soaring, no Disney pun there. But yeah, hopefully a big master plan would come in, fix the identity of the Walt Disney Studios park, along with just adding new entertainment offerings and a couple of new rides in Park Disneyland as well. We'll have to see what goes on with that. Obviously, we should see some substantial investments, maybe even a third gate, but we'll keep you up to date with what's going on with Disneyland Paris. Of course, it's big news, you know, it's multi-million-pound news. Obviously, we don't know what's going to come after Ratatouille now. The possibilities are endless, and we'll keep you updated here on Theme Park Worldwide with any news from Euro Disneyland as we get it. Now, it's not just Mickey Mouse that will be smiling over at Disneyland Paris. Also, Woody Woodpecker at Aventura is going to have a big smile on his face, because yes, Aventura keeps growing and growing and growing. They've had the big investment last year with Shambhala. The year before they had Sesame Street. This year they've got them put in water park additions. Aventura just keep going up and up and up. The gate figure keeps getting bigger, and they are expanding the park brilliantly. It's a park that I've only been to once this year, as a lot of you know. I was quite obsessed with it last year. Really enjoyed Aventura. However, I fancy going to some other parks, and I didn't agree with some of the changes made. However, good news is a brand new family attraction, full family thing, is going in for 2014. It's going in China, just behind Shambhala, which is Europe's tallest roller coaster. It's a hypercoaster manufactured by B&M. Opened last year, and we was on the first public train. Absolutely amazing. If you look back on TPW, you'll see, if you just search Shambhala, We did loads of coverage on that. Absolutely amazing. One of my top coasters, if not my favourite. That and Blue Fire are there. I can't rate one over the other, I think. But yes, there is rumours of a Mack water coaster or a Mack splash battle. However, it's only July. Construction began last week. I doubt it'll be a splash battle. I think it's going to be the Mack water coaster. So rumours suggest it's going to be opening for next year. Obviously, we know that. And its construction has begun. So basically, as we have mentioned before, there's a massive piece of land behind Shambhala, and they also putting a gate and stuff ready for that. So they knew that something was going to go on behind there. Plenty of expansion room. Must be about, I don't know, probably about 50-60 acres that are ready to develop. So that'll be interesting to see what goes on. Of course, we'll keep you updated on the channel. Now, in regards to dark rides at the park, it's something I've always said that it has lacked. However, there's been a recent interview on YouTube, and what was uploaded to YouTube from the official management of the park. They've recently been to Tallinn now. As much as I've never been, I know their dark rides there are absolutely incredible, well themed and out of this world. And the management of PA have actually been out there to Tallinn, fell in love with some of their dark rides. So the possibility of adding some dark rides to Port of Aventura in the next few years is definitely 100% on the cards. If not in the next couple of years, behind Shambhala again, in the mini area. We know it's something they've been interested in for a while. I'd love to see a nice big Chinese themed dark ride. It'd be great area to see a couple of new flat rides, the dark ride and a Mack water coaster. It'd create a brand new area behind Shambhala. It'd be brilliant, and it'd be a real good reason to go and visit the park even more. Of course, with anything at Port of Aventura, we love it. Keep up to date here on Theme Park Worldwide, and we'll bring it all to you. But now it is time for Merch Paradise. Now, when I sit here doing the show, quite a lot of you say about something what normally belongs on that shelf just there. Can any of you guess? Well, if you can't guess, it is these beauties. Now, Merlin Entertainments, they love their merchandise and they create these lovely resins. Now, I've got a good selection of them. These are all the ones that are available at the moment. They haven't made any more since. But here you go. There's one from Stealth. Quite a few of you asked about them, so I thought I'd show you them. The train on the top there. And that's for Stealth. You've got one from the Blackpool Tower. Look at that. There you go. Absolutely awesome. First one what was released for the Swarm was this one. This was released when the ride opened. I like how just the fire there is orange. The rest of it's all, you know, just in the silver like the rest of them. Really nice feature. Then this year, a second one for the Swarm was, it's like this nice little dynamite there was been put on. So we'd like to see that. Zufari released this year. If you're wondering about prices for these items, they come in at around £7-8 at the Merlin Parks. If you have got your annual pass, don't forget you do get your 20% discount. You got Oblivion. This was released this year as well. It's a different one than the original Oblivion one. As you can see, the original Oblivion one just here. A little bit of difference, a little bit shorter, a bit of a fatter car. Personally, I prefer the first one to the second one. But there you go, you got your Oblivion ones. You got Nemesis, the first one of these resins to be released. That was really nice there. And the name in coloured out at the bottom as well. You got Saw the Ride. There you go. Nice classic resin, we love that. And you got Vampire released last year as well. Awesome. Like I say, £7 or £8 for these, get your discount. And yeah, they're absolutely awesome. That is all for Merch Paradise. Get buying, they're brilliant. Absolutely awesome worldwide theme park news there. Hope you enjoyed that, and absolutely brilliant Merch Paradise. But yes, time for shout-outs, and the first shout-out goes to Charlotte Charteris. Absolutely fantastic person. Love you loads, Charlotte. Hello out there to Magical Fox 99, Adam Vickers, Nathan Sutton, Marcus Mandarai, Worldwide Attractions, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 0, 1, 2, 6. You got Harvartian Kids, Jordan Sutton, Dan Bannon, Team North, woo! Nathan Hughes, who had a limo for his 20th birthday. You got Ryan Belding, Daniel Graves, Louise Shuttleworth out there to you, big fan. Nathan Hughes and Laura Podmore. Good luck as they start Litchfield College in just a few weeks in September. Edward Radley, Ethan Thomas and Nathan Fisher. That is all for your shout outs. If you want a shout out, it's simple. Comment just below. Send us a message on the Theme Park Worldwide Facebook page or right on the Theme Park Worldwide wall, and your shout out will be in next week's episode of the show. It's going to be great. Make sure you tune in. Still love that opening title. It's still absolutely brilliant, even though it's 21 episodes old. Magic moments filled with love. And the first one goes to Nathan Sutton, Josh Godfrey, Harry Jones and Daniel Owen at Alton Towers. There you are, looking absolutely awesome. Thanks for sending that in, guys. I hope you had a great day at the resort. Next up, you got Louis Shuttleworth on a brilliant coaster. It's Kamali suspended coaster, manufactured by Vekoma. It's an SLC. Flamingo Land Resort. Thanks for sending that in, Louise. I know you're a big fan, so hi out there to you. Next shout out, you got Jack Siltstone. Got shout out, Magic Moments. Saw the ride, good classic. You saw the little model we had of Saw down there. There he is riding the actual ride. A Gerstlauer Eurofighter opened in 2009 at Thorpe Park. Then you got Joe Beasley. There he is, look. Themed bears, look at that. He's got like all the Orps at the top, much like I've got my on rides in here. Orps, by the way, on ride photos for you geeks that don't know yet. And themed bears there as well. I've got all those just down here in a box. But it looks like you've got more on display there. I've not got room for my bears, unfortunately. As you can tell, I've got a little bit of merchandise. This isn't a background, it's real. There you go. Ryan Harper, there he is on Rita at Alton Towers. Look like you're really enjoying that there, Ryan. And thanks for sending it into the show. Just like the shout outs, if you have a magic moment, send them in to us here on Theme Park Worldwide at Theme Park WW. There it is. Pop. Or you can just send us a message on the Theme Park Worldwide Facebook page or on Twitter and tweet us on that there, and well, you'll get through and you'll get your magic moments in next week's show. So there we go, it's come to the end of episode 21 of Theme Park Worldwide, the show. My voice has managed to hold out for that little show there. And I'm glad it has done. But yeah, thanks for tuning in, guys. It's been great. We've got live updates from Alton Towers on Tuesday on our Facebook page. We've got live updates from Drayton Manor on Wednesday on our Facebook page. And we've got live updates from Oakwood Theme Park on Saturday on our Facebook page. It's a big week, 3 big parks. It's going to be awesome. And of course, in next week's show, we're going to be reviewing the Winston Whistle Stop Tour ride at Drayton Manor, which is now open. We're also going to be at Oakwood Theme Park. It's going to be great. It's a first for Theme Park Worldwide channel. Obviously, I've not been for a few years, so it's going to be absolutely great. We've got some exclusive ride time on Megaphobia, and it will all be here on the show for you to enjoy. That's it from me. Make sure you like us on Facebook. Subscribe if you want the latest updates. We've got many more on-rides and off-rides coming up this week on the channel. My name's Sean Sandbrook, and that leaves me with one more thing to say. Cue those credits. Bye, guys. Have an awesome week. And remember to smile always.